Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a few months since I posted a video. Yeah, the last few months have been pretty busy and very hectic. So, which is what I'm about to get into in this video. I'm gonna touch on that. And yeah, basically today's video is about a foundation of mine that I started about just over 3 going into 4 months ago. So I'm gonna be talking about that, how it came to being, and just like the whole process behind it actually coming to be a foundation. Yeah, so the whole backstory. Right, so my foundation is called Mustard Seed Foundation, and I decided to go the foundation route about, yeah, as I said, 4 months ago, which was about the end of June this year, 2022. So let's take it back to 2017. So in 2017, I was done with pretty much like university, and I had just come back home. And at that point, I was like looking for a job and registering, applying to different places for a job. And then at the same time, I was like, okay, you know me, like I'm a busy bee. I like to be busy and I like to do lots of things at the same time. So I was like, yeah, as I'm applying for a job, I'm not just gonna sit at home and do nothing. So in the meantime, let me also try start a business, because I'm also passionate about like events and like catering and all those things. So I decided to start a small business named Mustard Seed Catering and Events. So the point of this business was to, as the name says, like cater and decorate different kinds of events, be it like from corporate events to birthday parties to dinners, you name it. So at this time, I had just registered it in 2017, so I didn't really have much like event decor to use. And my plan was to start kind of building an arsenal of decor at that point. A few months later, after registering it, I got a job in Solwezi, where I still work now at FQM. So I came here, I moved here, and I was like, okay, the events market is a little different in Solwezi compared to Lusaka and Ndola. I was between Lusaka and Ndola before I moved to Solwezi then. So I was trying to see where I could like come in, and yeah, trying to advertise my events, my event company on Facebook and on Instagram. And I did get a few like hits and people asking for me to show them pictures of work I've done, of events I may have done in the past, and that's where the problem came in. So basically, like, I had never done any event in the past, so I didn't have pictures to show for like what people were asking for. So people would be like, I want you to do this for me, but then please can I see pictures of your work? Which is valid. Like, even when I was planning our wedding, I would always ask the decor person to show me pictures of their work, or rather they would already have like pictures on their different kind of like social media pages of their work. And based on that, when you scroll, you'd be like, no, not this person, this events company is the one, this one's not the one, basically. So that was fair for people to kind of ask for like pictures of my work. And it kept being a thing of where everyone was like, can I see pictures of your work before they commit? Which is fair enough, because for someone to like commit to give you their money for event, it is a lot, and they need to trust you. And trust is only like, you trust by seeing, you know what I mean? So they needed to see pictures of my work to actually trust me with their money. So at this point I was like, okay, what can I do about this? I decided to hold my own event and then take pictures of that to advertise on my different social media pages. So at the time I was going on leave. This was like 2.5 years after I started working in Solwezi. So I decided to host an event in Ndola, and I called it the mid-year ladies lunch. So what I did with this is just like reached out to different friends of mine that I know in Ndola to help advertise for me. And we sold tickets for this event, and I called upon 3 speakers to come to the event to speak at the very first event under Mustard Seed Catering and Events. So on the speakers panel, I had like 2 friends of mine, which is Nelly, who's the owner of Cora Shoes and Hair. She's an entrepreneur, boss babe. I had Dr. Mubanga, who's a very close friend of mine who works at Ndola Teaching Hospital. And then I had Tionge, who I've known from my church in Lusaka. She's like a powerhouse. She's like an entrepreneur, you know, mom, wife. She's a career woman. Like, it's one of those women that does it all and like thrives in every area of her life. So these women came down and were like graceful enough to speak at the event and to teach on different areas. And we had women come through from different like walks of life, and it was a very lovely event. We held it at the Ndola Golf Club, and the turnout was really great. We decorated it. It looked very, very pretty. Me and my mom catered for the event. Everyone loved the food. And I really enjoyed the experience of like setting up my own event. The pictures from it were great, but then my mind started to shift. I'm like, what if I did more of events where I have full control of the event and I like do everything from the decor and everything, and then just sell tickets and people come for it. So I decided to do the same in Solwezi, and I really enjoyed that as well. So in Solwezi, I've done like 4 mustard seed events so far, which have all been women empowerment events, which kind of came off the Ndola one. And at this point, my interest kind of started changing. I was like, do I really want to go into just doing decor for people's events, or maybe I should go the route of doing like women empowerment events? So at this point, I dropped the mustard seed catering part of it and just left it as mustard seed events, and started focusing solely on women empowerment events, which were really going really well. But then at the end of the day, there was always this thing where I've always had a heart for like vulnerable women, vulnerable children, and empowering these people, right? So the mustard seed events that I was having, the women empowerment events, catered more for like women who I can say are kind of like more in my social class, if I can say that, and women who kind of like working age, around my age, slightly older, slightly younger. And I still felt like I could do more with my time and reach out to more vulnerable people who could get much more value out of what we were bringing to the table, the tools and the skills that were being shared on these events, if we could roll that out to like more vulnerable people. So I started to think about like how we could go about this. And yeah, eventually from there on is how come Mustard Seed Foundation came to be basically. So this was this year, June 2022. I decided, okay, what if we turn this into a foundation, and all these women empowerment events we've been doing will still come under the foundation, but then we'll also have different facets that focus on different things, right? So then Mustard Seed Foundation came to be, and the first of Mustard Seed Foundation, the first thing I decided to do was to do a mentorship program with an orphanage here in Solwezi that I've been volunteering at for the past 5 years since I moved to Solwezi. So over the past 5 years, like I've done like different kind of like winter blanket drives for the orphanage. I have held like kind of Christmas parties over the years for the kids at the orphanage, but I decided these were once-off events and they were great, but have we really left like tools that these people at the orphanages can carry with them into life, you know what I mean? So basically we had done like over the years Christmas parties and stuff for the kids at the orphanage. So I decided to start and roll out the mentorship program to the girls at the orphanage, ages between 12 and 22 years old. And I decided to call the first part of the mentorship program the Thrive Mentorship Program, right? Which was under Mustard Seed Foundation. So we have been doing it. It's been an 8-week mentorship program. So we haven't met every single like week or weekend. We meet every like 2 weeks. So in a month we meet for 2 Saturdays. And it's been going really great. Like we've taught the girls around different topics around faith, around identity, around taking care of yourself, mental health, education, and many other topics. We've been really blessed to have like speakers from different walks of life that are specialists in different areas to come and speak to the girls on these issues. And yeah, today was actually our last session with the girls, and it was just very, very like heartwarming to hear the reviews from all the girls of what they've learned over the months, that we've been going to the orphanage to teach on these different topics, how they've seen changes in themselves, how they think about themselves differently, how they work differently at school, and just like different changes in their everyday lives. And I'm like, this is what it's all about, like empowering people to add value to people's lives, and it's just been so heartwarming. So yeah, that's basically how Mustard Seed Foundation came to be, and that's how we came that's how we got to where we are basically. Sorry, my daughter's my husband's trying to pull my daughter aside. I'm almost done with the video. So that's basically how we got to the point where we are now, and that's how Mustard Seed Foundation got to where it is now. So it's been such a wholesome experience, and I'm just glad that I didn't like stop trying to find like what I really enjoyed and what I was really passionate about, and get into a point where like we got the events company to like women empowerment organization, and now an actual foundation. So I'm excited about what the next few years hold, but that's basically just a backstory of how Mustard Seed Foundation came about. So that's the backstory about Mustard Seed Foundation. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any ideas of what we could do as a foundation or areas we could focus on, please do leave your ideas in the comments down below. But otherwise, I just feel very blessed to have this foundation and to like have people that have come along and volunteered with the foundation to add value to women's lives. So I'm very grateful, and I thank you to all like our volunteers over the past few weeks. May God richly bless you, and yeah, so grateful to be at this point. So that's about the foundation. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.